Well, hello everyone. This is Grace of gbmaltese, and I hope you're doing great today. I have kept forgetting to do this video. I kept saying I was going to make a video on my very favorite sealer for my diamond paintings. It is fabulous, easy to work with. I did these 3 notebooks probably maybe January, so it's been a few months. To me, the proof is in the pudding, I guess you could say, on how things look. This first one that I'm showing you was done with UV resin. I used a hard UV resin, and I've been using this notebook a bit. As you can see, I've been, and it has been bent and everything else. These are not going to fall off. So, it does have a smell to it, and you have to use a UV light, but it doesn't crack, okay? It works great. I'm going to link the video I did of all of these notebooks down below so you can see how I did this type of thing. The next one is one I did with triple thick. Now, if I get you up close, you can see where it cracked after it dried. When I went, because these bend, and it cracked. Now, the drills are still hanging on, but I don't like that cracking. I would still use this on keychains, and that is this one, Deco Art Triple Thick. I would use this on keychains and things like that, but nothing that is bendable. Probably not even on a regular diamond painting. Just not happy with that look. The next one I'm going to show you is my favorite, and this is what I will be using on my diamond paintings. I want you to look at this. There's no cracking. These drills are not coming off. It still has a beautiful shine. You can see, I'm not sure how well you can see the glitter of the gems, but it doesn't take away from it. I have tried all kinds of things, and I'll link a video that I did trying everything from Mod Podge extreme glitter to spray on, and how they looked. And this was before I found Liquitex, and this is Liquitex. This is a varnish. I get the high gloss varnish. I love it so much, I have now purchased the big one, because this is what I will use for all of my DP needs. I will occasionally still use the UV, and for keychains, the UV is fantastic on it. They're not going to move. I also like the triple thick, okay, for something like that. Here's another one I did with UV resin, and it does give it a really glossy look, and if you don't like that look, I would go with the Liquitex. You don't have that real glossy look on it. So today, we're going to use it on regular diamond paintings and see how it looks, because I have not tried that. So I'm going to do half of this one so we can see how it looks. We'll do the bottom half, and then we'll see how well it keeps the shine. And then we're also going to do this one, which is a partial, and I'll do the same thing. I'll do half of it. I think I'll do the right hand side. Maybe I'll just do this. I'll do it from top to bottom so you can see how it does with a whole bunch of drills like that. So we'll do the same thing here so you can also see how that works. I've already done another one, the whole thing, and we'll look at that one later. I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you how to do this because it's so simple. Cleanup is so easy. There is no smell, none at all. This is very thin, kind of like water. My favorite brush to use is this one by Mod Podge. It's wet right now because I just cleaned it off from doing a diamond painting. I'm letting it dry. We'll come back to that later. This is what I do. The fewer brush strokes you can use, the better. And it's better to use a couple of thin coats than to one thick coat. You allow 3 hours between each coat, so I'm going to put a thin coat on right now, wait 3 hours, then do that, let it dry, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So let's get started. This won't take long. What I do, I just do it like, I just put it on there. Then I take my brush and I work it in there. Remember I said the fewer brush strokes, the better, because that will keep it from getting too many brush strokes. I'm going to put a little bit more down here because not too much went on there. Okay, I'm done. That's all. I will come back later and I will do the next coat. The next time you see this is when it is dry. As you can see, it is clear. And another good thing about this, you can get it into them cracks. So I'm not really brushing it. I'm just kind of dabbing it down into those cracks very quickly, very easily. And clean up easy, wet paper towel. Okay, let's put this one to the side. And let's get this one. I'm going to just do the bottom half. Before I do that, I want to show you something else. I used to use Tombow liquid glue until I looked at this one. I did this one, gosh, it's been over a year. And I pulled it out and I looked at it. And if you look up close, it's got little peely looking, like dry skin coming off. We've got to remember this is a glue. Glue is going to dry up and peel off. I mean, it looked good when I first did it, but the shine is just not that great. We'll compare the shine between this and the Liquitex, and you can make up your own mind. To me, just seeing that crud in there, and no, I did not put a thick layer on this. I did a video on doing this, and now I'm like, don't want to use Tombow any longer. I also did a video on, this is a 2-part epoxy resin, and this looks completely different. But you could use this to set, you can't put hot drinks on there, but you could put cold drinks and it'll just wipe off because it's pretty much waterproof. I can put water on there and it ain't gonna hurt it. Now, as you can see, it looks very different than a regular one. So this is another idea, and it's very shiny, so it could be used for something else. I just wanted to show you those real quick. Alright, let's do this one. And let's see how it turns out. And I'm going to do the whole thing. The background, everything. Because, you know, who wants to spend all of your time? We'll get, whoops, I think I might have overdid it right there. So, we'll see how this turns out. I'm going to do this halfway up here. Whoa. My brush is kind of wet. And this is very thin. Again, remember, you don't want to do a bunch of brush strokes. Sometimes I just wonder about the way my English here. A brush stroke. We get our brush strokes in there. We don't want too many. Just kind of, I'm going to go one way. And my brush is still a little wet. So, I'm done. I've got that one finished. And we'll come back and we will see the difference between this here and this up here. This is still wet, so we don't know what it's going to look like until it's dry. So that's all I have for now. We'll be back later. It's been 3 hours and I've come to put the next coat on the bottom half, and I'm just going to shake some out on there like this. Take my brush, go through there very quickly. Remember, you don't want to overwork it. This is very fast. This is so quick. Now, if you felt like, oh my goodness, I think I might have put too much on there, I just put a little water on this paper towel. I'm just going to dab over the top, just like that. And then I'll take the dry side and dab over that just a little bit. I forgot to mention that earlier. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and then we'll be back to see the final results. I'm back to show you the results. I did the bottom half of this one. So let's take a look so you can see what it looks like as I kind of roll this down. You can still see shine in it. And when I did, I'm going to put this up and hold it out so you can see the shine. I really like the Liquitex. It has, the bottom half has 2 coats. I let them dry 3 hours between. It's very quick to do, very quick. If I was going to put this in a frame, I would not seal it, but I'm not planning on framing this one. I'm not sure what I might do with it. I might put it on foam board. I really haven't decided. I think it's really cute, and it is still shiny where I put the Liquitex, and it should help hold these in place better. With that. Then here is one that is done on the rhinestones. Okay, so let's take a look. This was the bottom half that I did, and then this is the top half. Okay, I'm trying to show you. As you can see, you can roll this. It doesn't get stiff. It doesn't get matted up. So when you take a look at it from a distance, let me get the whole thing in there. You still have sparkle. I did the whole canvas. I didn't go around it. Did the whole thing. See the sparkle on there. This is the part that I put the Liquitex on. And this is the part that I did not. Just so you can judge it for yourself. For me, this is my favorite sealer. I don't get a dull finish. As you can see, it didn't flake after a few months. Okay, this is the unsealed part, and this is the sealed. It still looks very pretty where it's been sealed. It's just going to keep these from falling off so easily, because when you do these partials, they can fall off much more easily than if they're all together. as you know if you've done them. Then this one I've done the whole thing. This is one that I did. I made my own canvas. I have a video on making my own canvases using the graph coloring books, mosaic coloring books. I used AB diamonds here. They still shine. I'm not sure how well it's picking up on the camera, but they still sparkle and shine. You can tell the difference between these drills and the AB drills. I can. I hope you're able to pick that up in the camera. But it has a nice shine. These aren't going to come off. Let me put it up a little. Hold it out this way. Kind of turn it so you can see how flexible it is. You saw how flexible it was on the notebook also. This is not going to make your pieces stiff. If you needed to roll it up, it would roll up, no problem. You can see the sparkle there too when they're being rolled up. Let's see, I'm picking at it. And I also did this one. I did the whole thing with the Liquitex. And you can still see sparkle and shine on it. Again, if I frame this under glass or an acrylic piece, I don't seal them. I do this especially if you're using rounds, because you can get dirt in between the rounds, and this will help protect that from happening and try to keep these from coming out of place, you know, falling off. So you have to just tell me what you think below. I have been experimenting with different sealants for over a year, and this is by far the one that I have found to be the easiest, no smell, and leaves a beautiful finish. You're not really covering up the beauty of the sparkle. You're still gonna see sparkle on these. And here is my partial. And that's the one I did with the sealer, and this is without. So I'm trying to put that together side by side. I'm not sure how well that's gonna work. But they still have a pretty sparkle where I sealed it. And it didn't bother the canvas one bit that I put it on there either. So, you just have to let me know below. Again, it's the Liquitex High Gloss Varnish is what you need to get. The Liquitex Professional. This is self-leveling, so when you put it on, it will help level it into the crevices in the painting. It is non-yellowing, so it should not yellow your pieces. You shouldn't have pieces flecking off like it did with my Tombow liquid glue. And as you saw in this has been done several months ago. And as you can see, these still sparkle. I can do anything I want to it, and it stays just fine. I am going to link below some of the videos that I have done showing when I use a lot of different sealers, when I did some keychains, and the triple thick was one of my favorites. I did like Tombow liquid glue at that point until I looked a few months later, and the keychain is the same way. And I have a friend who used it and some of her drills fell off on the one that she used, the Tombow liquid glue. And it just does not, it gets that crud in there that makes it look like it's peeling. So it does have some sparkle parts of it, but if you don't want peeling like this is, and it's looking dull in there, I hope you can see that in the camera. You don't have that with this. It is still very nice, no cracking, no peeling like skin being peeled off, and it's on there. Very good. So, let me know what you think. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment below. And triple thick is another one that I would use for keychains. Not so much on things that are flexible because of what happened on this notebook. It cracked. I mean, it's still shiny, but the cracking is where that fell short. So, anyway, I hope that this answered some of your questions. Let me know if you have any other questions. I hope you're having a wonderfully blessed day, morning, night, whatever it may be. Take care, guys. Love ya. Bye.